Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines. Let's talk Metaverse. How about the ETH Foundation creator? It's not who you think, and you're going to want to hear what they say. UK residents getting Bitcoin cash back. Fidelity clearing for a country. We'll tell you which one. The Reserve Bank of India pilot launch for a CBDC. ECB urges regulations. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. And how about the US OCC and the SEC working to protect the banks? Well, I tell you what, we're also going to hear from Jeremy Hogan today with a SEC versus Ripple, or should I say Ripple versus SEC update. And I think he's going to tell you the same thing about banks being protected by market regulators too. And we're going to hear about technical analysis from Coins Kids. Somebody roll that beautiful intro. Let's do this.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at @BackupBradleyAbove and everything that we're talking about here today. Let's go ahead and get started, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, the market's taking a hit, bleeding heavily right now. $2.486 trillion market cap. We are down more than 5%. Right now, Bitcoin is 57,000 plus. Ethereum almost 4,000 flat. Cardano is sitting at 174. It just flipped on market cap over Solana. Solana now at 191 plus. And we see XRP at 105. Everything is going to a blue light special on Isle Crypto. Take a look right here, 104 and falling like a hot rock here. It is the low side range at 104.51 and currently falling heavily. 115.37 is the high side. How low will it go? We don't know, but I'll tell you what. Hopefully not as low as the I Trust Capital IRA fees, because there aren't any anymore. That's right. There are no more monthly fees for I Trust Capital. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you all the time, if you haven't done it, I don't know what you're waiting for, because the only thing better than buying crypto is buying tax-free crypto. I don't tell you about these things to sell to you. I tell you about these things because I use them. And then I figure, well, if I liked it and saw value in it, I'm sure there's going to be other people out here that are going to want help finding it. And you can do that in the description and the comment section because they are trusted, vetted links. And you only get the special if you click on the link. And if you do sign up for an account, you get $100 worth of Bitcoin too. Don't forget about it. Fortnite maker sees Metaverse as a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. Well, guess what? So's this guy, because I'm telling you right now, virtual reality is the new version of giving everybody a Jimi Hendrix record and a you-know-what to sit on the couch and space out. And I can tell you this is the modern day version of that. It's virtual gaming, and it's being brought not only further expansively inside of the gaming world, but also to social media with the recent name change of Facebook to Meta. And you guys know I'm invested in Decentraland. None of what I say is financial advice, just sharing what I'm doing. And the reality is what I am doing is investing heavily into Decentraland, not heavily, but moderate investment into Decentraland, and really looking to ride the wave of the Facebook adoption and integration of the Metaverse virtual reality in their platform and seeing all things Metaverse get a bump from it. So far, we've seen that in the short term. We just don't know if we're going to see it in the long, but I believe we will. Again, not financial advice, but you know what? Here's some information you're going to want to know. Courtesy of Digital Asset Investor right here. This is Luca Mueller. I found a separate clip. I think he's got a different clip. But this is the guy who actually created the Ethereum Foundation for the Ethereum founders. Listen to what their mindset was at the time here. It will make you upset, but you need to see this. And then we're going to discuss something very important after this, which is in combination to what Jeremy Hogan covers as well today. So hang in there.
Securities, is it a commodity? Is it a currency? What is a token? And then we have to understand that although these nerds, and all these decentralized guys, and all these pirates, they like to say, guys, fuck the governments. We want to have a fully decentralized system. We don't trust anymore the banks and all these establishment. We want to be fully decentralized. Let the world be decentralized. And then we old guys, we are then a little bit realistic and say, guys, be realistic. There needs to be a certain part of centralization.
Centralization. Needs to be a certain part of centralization, even though you want to say F the government, right? Well, we're going to get to that in just a second. Let's remember that clip, ladies and gentlemen. FinTech Group Mode Global Holdings, Mode, says that next year UK residents will be able to use its highly popular mobile app to supercharge their online shopping, some of the country's most popular merchants with Bitcoin cash back. Don't you wish the United States could be rolling out some of these things to the consumer level? Not the investor, speculator, prospector level, which all of us are, but the consumer level. It's coming at some point here, but you know what? It is taking its sweet time to get here, isn't it? But take a look at this. Fidelity partnered with Coinbase. Fidelity Clearing Canada, ULC, FCC, has become Canada's first regulated entity to offer Bitcoin custody and trading services for institutional investors. Check this out. Reserve Bank of India is examining feasibility of the CBDC launch and a pilot project for fiscal year April 22 to March 23. We'll keep an eye on that. And the ECB is calling for urgent stablecoin regulation because they understand that until they get their CBDC out, and even when they do have it out, they've got to have the regulation for the on and off ramps. I know it's not an investment product. Stablecoins don't go up in price, right? But the reality is that this is how they're going to track everything in this digital world. And you better know now that there ain't going to be all this digital world unless they are able to track everything. Let's get into this. The U.S. is not moving fast enough to develop a CBDC, says the former CFTC chair, Tim Masad. Well, you know what? Not exactly breaking news of that point, but it's who's saying it. And the high-level official or former official of the CFTC that is saying it, right? Well, we're going to get into some reasons why that may or may not be here in a second, because acting U.S. OCC head Michael Hugh, and we know that Omarova is being nominated by the Biden administration, and I tell you, I am really hoping she does not get in. And it's no real favor to us that Michael Hugh is in here as well. Let's just take a look at this. I wanted to read this part down here at the bottom here. To extend, as head bank regulator, Michael Hugh has said the Office of Comptroller stands ready to lead the way in this collaboration, and so far it has, having recently completed a cooperative sprint with the Federal Reserve, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation to work on crypto problem. Oh, it's a crypto problem, right? That's what it is. It's a crypto problem. And then looking right here, he goes on to say those results have yet to be communicated, but Hugh said in today's remarks that the release detailing findings are forthcoming to the extent that the OCC's prior communications have been interpreted as tacit encouragement to engage in crypto activities. In other words, like a head nod, not a official, you're free to go. Right? The forthcoming releases will clarify the safety and soundness is paramount. The release should not be interpreted as a green light or a solid red light, but rather as a reflective of a disciplined, deliberative, and diligent approach to a novel and risky area. Well, I tell you what, this is famous. This is really, really academic speak for we have no backbone. This is academic speak for I'm not the official nominee, so I can't give a green light or a red light because I'm not a real leader anyway, and I'm not going to be the one sitting in the seat. And this is pathetic from the head of somebody, whether he's, interim head or what have you. This is pathetic talk from an agency, I can tell you that. Pathetic, because they have some real dark visions here. And I played last week, Omarova, who is nominated to be the head of the OCC, wants to, and this is what she wants to do, and I'm paraphrasing, but this is exactly what she wants to do. She wants to cut out the commercial banks and have us all have direct bank accounts with the Fed, and then from there, her main concern is how to avoid the political fallout for when they need to take money back out of our account. Now, she said that. You don't believe me? You go look it up on Twitter. I had the clip. I played it a couple days ago. Now, let's get to here, because I think you're going to see some, and not part of this, be really, reinforced of what I'm telling you, is that the market agencies are working to protect the banks. And we're going to talk about why that may be in just a second here. So let me get this clip set up for us, which I did have, but my computer shut down on me. It's It's, it's the fallout of being a YouTuber, really, when you have a lot of clips or tabs open on your computer. But check this out.
On the Ripple case later. As you may know, United States SEC Chair Gensler is a little over 9 months into the job and he's getting his legs under him. The former Goldman Sachs banker guy has set his sights straight on two crypto things, stablecoins and decentralized finance. Stablecoins and decentralized loans. I wonder what industry he's trying to protect. In any case,
we love Jeremy Hogan. I think he really puts the hammer to the nail here, and we've been doing it here on this channel too, Jeremy, and I appreciate you sharing that point of view very quickly there. This, I believe, is the motivation behind all of this, the political influence and the political puppet strings that pull on the market agencies. That's where I see this, and it is absolutely to the benefit of the banks to squash all the DeFi and lending and using the market agencies to get the job done. And it doesn't hurt or help things that Gary Gensler is a former Goldman Sachs guy. Write it down, right? That, to me, is a conflict of interest, and obviously we know why they elect these people that come from the Goldman Sachs worlds. It's because they can recuse themselves from going after anybody at Goldman Sachs when there's an issue, because they, in fact, work there too, right? This all plays out. This is a real problem, ladies and gentlemen, but I tell you, let's go now. Look, first of all, as always, this entire video is remarkable and you should watch all of it. What I'm going to say here is this. Let me take you to this clip right here where we're going to hear about another case that is extremely important here. Remember, I played to you the creator of the Ethereum Foundation, right? Luca Mueller, right? From Switzerland. What do we know about them? Let's just really quick level set for everyone here, right? Ethereum filed as a product and a good in Switzerland. They feel that gave them the workaround from U.S. regulations to obfuscate regulations and U.S. laws. Not so fast, okay? And this is where we have a problem with Ethereum and the SEC, because they have not been held accountable for this. But you're about to hear Jeremy Hogan explain to you that Terraform is being held accountable for being involved with Uniswap on their protocol and platform and involving U.S. investors. I told you that we played the clip here from Valerie Hispanic from the SEC, who clearly said, as many other people at the SEC said, if you're involving U.S. investors, you're touching U.S. regulations and laws. Then why in the hell is Ethereum still getting away with doing exactly that, as well as disguising identities and multiple fake accounts to invest in the project in the original ICO to begin with? Listen to this clip very quickly here.
This is correct. DeFi is in the crosshairs. Take a look at how nice Kamish Crenshaw makes it all sound. This makes it sound oh so sweet. At the very end of her article, she concludes, quote, "My staff and I have been actively engaged in helpful discussion with DeFi experts, and my door remains open. I can't promise an easy or quick process, unfortunately, but I can assure you of good faith consideration and a true desire to help promote responsible innovation," close quote.
Now, with that being said, that was just a bunch of really sweet talk about the fact that they took the GLA token and that particular case to zero. They really collapsed the actual company itself from the stress of being sued, right? That's what happened. And she considered that to be a really, really healthy outcome with the SEC. This is the way they talk now. Now, I want to take you back here, and I want you to hear this clip about Terraform. Listen to this.
No? So anyways, earlier this year, SEC lawyers emailed Mr. Kwan because they believed that Terraform's DeFi platform was violating U.S. securities laws, as U.S. citizens are allowed on the Terra platform.
But they're also allowed on the Ethereum platform. They also had U.S. investors involved in the Ethereum fundraise, the first initial coin offering. How is it that Ethereum still gets a free pass? See, now this goes beyond Jay Clayton and William Hinman, and it carries into this moment today and Gary Gensler. And we need to get him held accountable. He must answer to all of us, not just us XRP holders, but the entire country needs an answer from him as to why Ethereum is allowed to continue to operate with billions of dollars flowing into its project. Keep listening.
So, what did Mr. Kwan do? Did he say, "Screw you Americans, you don't have any power over me, babo"? No, he said, "Okay, I will talk to you," and he arranged and spoke with the SEC lawyers for about 5 hours in July of this year, voluntarily. The SEC then followed up that talk with a demand for Terraform documents, in response to which Terraform's lawyers objected to providing the documents and entered into negotiations with the SEC lawyers over what documents it would voluntarily provide. Now, to fast forward a little, I will tell you that Terraform and Mr. Kwan eventually sued the SEC over this, but for why, I will read from the lawsuit. Now, here's what the SEC allegedly did and where things get crazy. Quote, Attorney 1, that's the SEC attorney, advised Terraform's lawyers that he would discuss the matter about the voluntary production of documents with his colleagues and get back to Terraform's lawyers. Unbeknownst to Terraform's lawyers, Terraform and Mr. Kwan, the SEC lawyer had earlier that morning signed subpoenas for Terraform and Mr. Kwan, who was visiting the United States. The subpoenas were served on Mr. Kwan in public. Mr. Kwan was approached by the process server as he exited an escalator at the Mainnet Summit while on his way to make a scheduled presentation, close quote. Now, I think he was in New York for a presentation or a summit, a talk, when he was served. So in short, what we have here is a foreign national of a foreign country who voluntarily complied with the request from the SEC, who was then served subpoenas by the SEC while he was visiting the States. All the while, his attorney was in discussions with the SEC that very day about what documents they would or could provide the SEC voluntarily.
Now, doesn't this sound a lot like the way Ethereum came together? A foreign actor from another land has made a product which he is registered in Switzerland as a product or a good, but yet he's allowed to get away with the first initial coin offering somehow, miraculously, not be held accountable, involving and teaching people, Joseph Lubin teaching people, right, how to create fake identities and multiple accounts to invest in their project. And yet they're able to skirt U.S. law and obfuscate regulations? How is this? I demand an answer. This has got to be corrected in order to have a level playing field. Billions of dollars is constantly flooding to the assembly line of the Ethereum network because everyone sees them as getting the free pass. Why are they the chosen ones? We need an answer. All right, let's look here. And if we're going to get one, it's going to take raising money to get the attention of the elected officials. Just tweeting them is obviously not getting the job done at this point. Look at American Blockchain Pact, ladies and gentlemen. You got to put your money where your mouth is. And I'm going to start doing exactly that. They're building a vanguard of new congressional candidates who believe in blockchain innovation. And that is the long play. And I believe that is the right play. The question now is we need to get an endorsement from American Blockchain Pact on current legislation that can work to free innovation and level the playing field for every crypto project out here. I will be in contact with them and keep you in contact on what the update of that is. And I think they're going to do good things in this space. Let's take a look at this right now. This is CoinKids giving us a technical update on XRP. As we watch it currently fall like a manhole cover from the sky. Listen to what he says long term here.
Sharing is caring. Thank you for your support. So just looking at...
And first of all, let me say, Coins Kid recently lost his grandmother, and I want to send my condolences to you and your family, my friend. We appreciate everything you do, and I hope that you are doing well.
the weekly time frame here, we have got some kind of level of resistance just there, and essentially some kind of ascending triangle. You know, we need to pay attention to this. Running to that level of resistance just there, failing to close above that, you could look at that as a beautiful little ascending triangle. You know, some kind of W bottom pattern as well. You know, which is relatively bullish. You know, you've got some kind of bum, 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 bum. So it's all about this resistance here. You can see that we're wicked up onto it. You know, once we start to come up here and break this resistance, you're breaking out of an ascending triangle, you're breaking out of a W bottom, and you know, technically the target is, it's all very similar patterns, you know, cup and handles, reversal patterns, you know, from there to there. Once you start to break out a level of resistance for XRP, you can see that is where you come up and potentially retest this green trend line, okay, which is a multi-year trend line. Look, touch there, potential resistance, come back to a killer support, breakout, okay. So you're looking good, but you're sort of slowly going up the stairs here, you know. There is a saying, the bulls go up the stairs and the bears come out the window. So you can see, look, if you conform to these high lows just now and you wick down to this trend line, come up with this resistance, you're getting closer and closer to the apex, and then you start to break out. You've already broken out of a larger horizontal, to be honest with you, that you've come up into. You come up into this, you're coiling up, look, and you've broken out this horizontal, and you're looking for continuation by coming back to support and holding that support. Do you understand that? So XRP is bullish. XRP is bullish. Yesterday, I think we had a little bit of a breakout.
And there you have it. XRP is bullish, regardless of what you're seeing. If I could just go back here, just to show the setup here, you can see we're traveling just above the yellow line here, right? Which may be the 20 or 22. Don't get me wrong, I may mess it up, and I think it's the 55 down in the red. But we could retrace all the way back down into that area and still be in a healthy range, right? So it's really looking good, and we're just going to have to keep an eye on what's going on. Again, looking at the price, 103. That's where we're at. 103, 104 is where we're at right now. We'll have to see where it gets and where it bottoms and turns around. If it breaks any of those previous supports that we know that are there for us and that we saw from Dark Defender over the last day or so, we will really tune down and drill into this thing and see what they're saying. But you know what? As of right now, we have remained in a very healthy channel of consolidation, a little bit of gains, consolidation, retracement, and a little bit of gains, and the same over and over again. You know, XRP, if you wanted to say anything at all, moves very slow and takes its own time. But one thing I will say, I was here in 2017, 2018. That bull run was 26 days, I believe. And in that time, it went parabolic. And it was something to see when it was going on. Now, I believe that we'd have a longer bull cycle this time around because we're not talking about the same exact scenario. But nevertheless, just to put it on the table, things do move parabolic when they are ready to go. They don't send out emails. So make sure you have a head on a swivel. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. Ladies and gentlemen, follow us on TikTok. We've been doing really good on there, and we've been really new with all of that, and I'm still figuring the platform out, but people are digging it. So make sure you check us out there. Digital Perspectives, no spaces. I'll catch all of you on the next one.